Peace, beautiful beings. Welcome back. This is the video that I have been waiting to make for months and months, and it's finally here. Are you excited? We're finally doing it. It is planting day. Right now it is March 9th. We're a bit late. Last frost date is April 11th. So we've got about 4 weeks, which means we need to plant stuff that we have not planted yet. Meaning 90% of our vegetables and fruits for this year. So I'm excited to show you what we've already done. And I'm excited to have you along with us as we start all of our seeds today. Matt's dad is here visiting us right now, so we are gonna go to the store in a little bit and grab a few things that we need for a lovely day of work. It's about noon. We've been up since like 7. But it's been a really good day. Oh my God, it's like gorgeous out here. It's the perfect temperature. I'm just excited for starting this garden and watching my little sprouts. So here's our little greenhouse situation. Matt hooked it up for us yesterday, and we just tied this rope to sort of keep it in place in case there's any strong winds. And this is where our seedlings are currently. I'm gonna give you a tour of the seedlings in a little bit. I just planted these Chinese Lantern Giganta ground cherries are on this edge, and then the low end. Oh, actually it was the opposite, I remember. I planted Chinese Lantern on this side, low end ground cherries on this side. So these are the regular yellow ground cherries that I grew last year. And then these are some bigger, more orange colored, like I've heard they're actually really big ground cherries that are gonna be a new variety this year, Chinese Lantern. So this little cloth grow pot I just found in the thrift store. I don't know if it's for growing, but the water goes through perfectly, so that's what I'm using it for. Okay, hello everyone. It is a much better time now because my mother has Aura upstairs, and so I'm having some alone time out here with the garden. I am in full joy right now. Matt and his dad are over at the chicken coop right now cleaning that out, and then they're gonna be working on our beds, which I'll show you later. Lots to catch you up on, but that's why I was excited about this video. I showed you the greenhouse earlier, but now I'm gonna show you the greenhouse a little bit more detailed because I am going to start all of my seedlings in this little bitty greenhouse here with heat mats because the days are really warm and nice and super sunny, so they'll be fine here, but I am worried a little bit about the nights getting around 36, 38 degrees sometimes. So that being the average for now, I'm going to have these heat mats out here for the tomatoes and anybody else who needs a little bit of warmth.
So weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control, and something takes over me. Can't explain. It's a my brain. I love so good.
He's hanging off of this.
Right off of my feet.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, he hung the flowers. We just got those. They're so nice. Petunias! Yay, it's spring! Okay, so anyway, let's plant some seeds and then I'll go over what we planted today. Check out my new handy dandy, oh, let me close it. My new handy dandy seed organization. I'm so happy about it. I will link this below because I think this is a wonderful idea that I saw on Pinterest. Some homesteading woman that I follow, amongst many, uses this photo organizer. It's a 4x6, well, you know, each little compartment is 4x6 photo organizers, and it's the perfect size for seedling packets of all different sizes because none of them are really bigger than 4x6. And so as you can see, I've got all of my categories: melon, squash, herbs, corn, tomatoes, beans, flowers, roots, fruit, peppers, okra, brassicas, greens, And then I've got like some random ones, and this one's full of wildflowers, stuff like that. Let's plant. Hello, it is the next day. The sun started to set, so I wasn't able to finish everything with the greenhouse. I didn't want to plant the seeds because I wasn't able to hook up all of the heat mats because I didn't have the correct power strip. So Matt's at the store right now getting a power strip and getting mulch for us to put over our fruit trees because our little baby pear trees and fig trees are starting to blossom and wake up for the spring. So it's about time for us to give them some nurturing love for when they try to make it for another year. We're gonna have to also put some fencing around them because the deer ate up all the leaves last year. So we're gonna be better fruit tree owners and give them some compost today, mulch, and do some other stuff. And I gotta start those seedlings when I get their correct power strip, so come along. Okay, I'm on my phone now because I left the camera over by the garden, but I am with Deroy, Matt's dad, who's in town visiting us right now. I am gathering these fence posts here. We have a bunch of them here in our barn, and we have just been hauling them all to the baby trees. We already have put down our compost, but now we're gonna lay out these fence posts and we'll put them in triangle shape because when we get the fencing, we'll put that fencing around there to protect our trees from the deer. So he just took a bunch. I'm just picking them out of this pile. All right, it's finally seedling time. I have got all of my cups filled. We got more trays here. And I'm finally going to go through what I'm gonna grow, get the seeds out and put them in and get it popping. Let's do this. I'm about to sow my tomatoes. These are the tomatoes I'm growing for the year. Great White, Sunrise, Bumblebee, Castelluto Florentino, Tasty Evergreens, and Little Red Pears.
The time is now 4:20 p.m. Do you know where your plants are? Have you checked on your seeds today? Are they hydrated? Is your soil moist? Is it warm enough? Do you know when your local last frost date is? If you don't, this is where you've effed up. So, I'm planting strawberries. So far, I've planted these heirloom Crazinea strawberry. Next, I will be planting les YC strawberry. Yeah, why is French the funniest language? Everybody knows French is the funniest language. They be having like 8 vowels in one word. The whole word be a vowel. Alright, I'm out of here.
Someone just woke up. What are you feeling? Say hello, everyone. I just woke up and I'm feeling emotions.
Hi, Munch. It's okay.
Let's show everybody what we did today. Oh, you want to see this? Okay, so let's show you what we've done with the greenhouse so far. We've got our ground cherries up here in this cloth pot. We've got our tomatoes here. I showed you the tomatoes already. We've got white strawberries with the pink label and Regina red strawberries that Matt went ahead and planted for us. And in this one, we've got flowers. So the blue is all different types of marigolds, which are these. Orange Hawaii, Colossus Red, and Cracker Jack mix. What's so awesome about marigolds is they're pest resistant, so they're awesome garden companion flowers. And then we have, in the pink, 2 different types of nasturtium, orchid cream and tip top Alaska salmon. These are edible flowers, and the leaves are edible. So you can throw them in salads, put them on cakes, anything. And they're great companion flowers. Now it's just gonna be up to meditating on what to put in these last 3 trays. I'm realizing that I didn't need as many plants in the greenhouse as I thought, because majority of our collection we're growing this year can be direct sown. So I'm just trying to think about all of the plants that need the most attention and are the most sensitive, because those plants will need to be started in the greenhouse. I'm so excited. Matt has a soccer game today, so we're gonna go and do that right now. We're going to get ourselves prepared, because as you can tell, when you have a baby, things take a little bit longer than normally. So we're gonna slowly get ourselves prepared for Daddy's soccer game, right? And then...
What? You ain't gotta do all that.
This little girl's been playing in the dirt all day, so we're gonna get her cleaned up and we're gonna get ready to go cheer Daddy on.
Yeah, just like that.
Hopefully we can pick up on this tomorrow morning. We'll see.
We'll see.
Woo! I missed the head thing. Nice pass! His lungs are hurting him. Go, baby! Good morning, good rising, everyone. It's a beautiful day outside, and we are going to the garden because it's springtime now. And my favorite routine in the spring is to come outdoors first thing and say good rising to the new seedlings that have emerged. And I already see some that are up. And honestly, not even just about seedlings, it's just nice to come out in the mornings and see how the garden did overnight and see how everyone's looking, because there's always something that's changed. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I think about a week ago I planted these radishes in this bed, and look what's happening. Yay! We can't get in that garden bed. I know you have a desire to. Okay, so we've got watermelon radishes growing here, French breakfast radishes. We've got some early red scarlet radishes. And so here's the little Brussels sprout. I don't know, is this cabbage? I don't know what this was, but I don't think it's gonna do much. Oh, there she goes. Girl. All right, so my little kale, and I think this was cabbage or something. I don't know if they'll make it. This arugula, I'm actually gonna pull out because it bolted, as you can see. It's completely bolted. And I don't know what's gonna happen to it, but I mean, I could harvest these little leaves to eat them, but they're pretty bitter. So I think I'm just gonna take this out. Let's do it. There it is. Bolted arugula, try again next year. I'm gonna compost this. But check out my lettuce garden. Remember what I showed it to you last time? These little things were super tiny and they're all thriving now. Thriving. Let's taste. Mmm. Fresh from the garden. That's it. You're fired. You are not an adequate... You are not an adequate garden assistant. You are officially fired. All right, bye-bye lettuce garden. Bye-bye radish babies. I've also got carrots planted over here. Scarlet Nantes carrots, which is some original oranges. And then some Pusa aceta carrots on the other half. There's 3 rows, which is the black carrots. So we'll see how those go. I see a little tiny baby tried to make its way out. Oh look, we've got some golden beets coming up. Let's pull this grass out. Girl, I'm trying to pull weeds out. You're putting weeds in. So yeah, it looks like we got a couple of golden beets come up. Here's one right there. The first signs of life. I also wanted to show you our greenhouse. Look at it in full greenhouse effect. This thing works great. I'll link it below. It's currently a little over 80 degrees in there, but it's not 80 degrees out here.
Thermometer
Yay!
not included.
Thermometer not included. So we've got heat mats hooked up. Are they plugged in?
They're plugged in, but I turned them off this morning.
Oh, okay, yeah, we've got to be careful about this electrical hazard situation. Got to move it out from the water. Anyway, we don't really have many seeds coming up yet. I did see some marigolds coming up last night. Peel it back. Woohoo! It looks like the flower tray is starting first. We got some Cracker Jack marigolds, colossal red marigolds, orange Hawaii marigolds, more colossal reds, more Hawaii orange back there coming up clean. Doesn't look like anybody else is talking to us yet. Pepper spent the night out here last night on accident, but they're okay. I mean, they're up a little bit. They're like, what happened? But they'll start opening up as the day progresses to get some sun. Also, for those of you who don't know, I think I already said this, but this is the recao. All of you Boricuas out there know exactly what this is. All right, it's about time for me to go work out. Being healthy.
Greetings. Today I have come to show you how to properly change a baby's diaper without him getting too upset. Started off as an English, turned into an African accent. Step number 1, acquire baby. Step number 2, wait till baby soils themselves. Step number 3, tell them something cute. Step number 3 or 4, grab the baby securely behind the head, preferably behind the neck. Then say something like 1, 2, 3. You see how softly she lays her arms up like that? Yes. Look how content the baby is. No crying from that baby. The key is to usually, I like to have the diaper unfolded first before I put it down. But in this case, the diaper was not unfolded first. So preferably you like to have the diaper unfolded first.
No, he's American?
No, I'm American. But the point is to a lot of eye contact, visual cues, and usually I help her up. But she's ready to go, so. And that is how you change the diaper. Yes.
Now you're Japanese.
I'm Japanese.
Good rising to all of you. It's about 10 a.m. I'm just out here doing some chores. I'm gonna give you a garden update and a greenhouse update because like 90% of our seedlings are up and at them. They're coming out of the dirt. It's so exciting. A quick chicken update. Goldie is coughing and sneezing, which isn't a huge deal for chickens because they do get colds. And we've had a lot of weather change recently where it'll be really hot and then drop back down to the 40s. So it could be that, but I noticed that she has a bubbly eye. She's got like foam in her eye, which is a sign of Mycoplasma gallisepticum. And what happens when they get that is they become carriers for life. Now Goldie has that foam in her eye, respiratory issues, which is what they say it is. It's just a disease that can sometimes kill them, or they can live symptom free, or they can live like Goldie's living, to where they just have flare-ups every so often. Hopefully she's gonna be okay, but now we don't know what to do about all of our hens. We've got 16 hens coming this spring. 6 silkies and then 10 hens from Alchemist Farm. And I don't know what to do about it. All I know is we've got to keep these hens separate from our new ones, right? Because I don't want any of my new ones to contract the Mycoplasma, but I don't know how the heck I'm gonna pull off having 3 chickens that are adults that are gonna have to be constantly separated from the little ones for the rest of their lives. Like, do I just have to have 2 separate coops, and do I have to not allow Goldie and Coco and Emerald to free range because they are possible, most likely, Mycoplasma carriers? I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. So any of you chicken keepers out there who are well more seasoned than I am, please give me advice below. So I've been treating them with lots of food scraps for nutrition, and giving them a little bit more corn, because corn is said to kind of help raise the heat with chickens. So I feed them corn in the winter time, and just giving them corn now because I feel like it just helps. It's like a comfort food for chickens. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then I've been adding black larva flies, their regular egg laying feed, brewer's yeast for some probiotics, with some kelp and some garlic and oregano. Oregano actually that I dried from growing last year, which is pretty cool, to give them homegrown oregano that they're eating for an herbal antibiotic. And then the garlic is also working as a sort of antibiotic immune booster, and so is the kelp. So I'm like wetting it and mixing it all in their food with food scraps every day, and hopefully that's just helping support them. I'm not into, you know, conventional antibiotics or any medications, but if Goldie starts to look really bad past her normal sneezing and coughing, then I'll have a vet come out and see what my options are. But I'm just leaning on the side of natural chicken care. So yeah, that's the chicken update, all of you. Let's get to the fun stuff, the garden stuff. Check out the first bed of spring. It has sprung. I'm gonna show you this action a little bit closer, but check out this lettuce. It is thriving, totally thriving. I'm gonna have to harvest some of it because it's just doing so well. I could have planted them a little bit further apart and they would have got, oh look, there's a little baby. They would have gotten bigger, but they were so small when I put them in here. I didn't anticipate how big these would get. But I can make a little side salad with this today. And over there, I'm gonna have to weed out some of these radishes. As we can see, early red scarlet radishes. And then right here, we've got French breakfast, which are some longer pink and white ones. And then on this row, we've got watermelon radishes, which are the short, fat pink and white ones. And then here we've got cylindra beets. And I've got a few popping up. See? There and there. There's some over there. Some here. These are red beets that are long, like a little short hot dog. Looks like the rain traveled some over here. And then here we've got golden beets, which seem to be doing a little bit better than the red ones. They're sprouting on up. And here's another row that's doing really well. Golden beets. All coming up. And it took a long time, but we're finally starting to see the carrots come up. So on this half, I put the Pusa acida black carrots. This is grass. So we can see these black carrots coming up right here. And then on this side, I put scarlet Nante carrots, which are just the regular orange. And those are coming up too. How exciting is that? I am just so excited because this is the first time I'm growing carrots from seed. First time I'm growing beets from seed. I did radishes last year and radishes were so awesome that's why I sowed them again, because they are from seed to eat in 4 weeks. It took them a while to sprout up, but now that they're up, they're zooming. So I'm gonna weed them out because they're gonna need some room to grow an actual little radish orb. But oh, it's just so cool. I'm just so amazed by nature. I'm so proud of my flowers that are all coming back up. Oh, I just noticed a bloom over there. So these were all from last year. I cut them all back and this one has sprouted. These have grown up really quickly. It was nothing in these pots several weeks ago. These bulbs are coming up. Looks like the oregano from last year is coming back. Looks like we got a beautiful, I don't even know what that is, but it's so pretty. Looks kind of like a peony. Another. Looks like we've got some daffodils in that one. I can't remember if I told you why they're all crooked and ugly looking and not blossoming correctly. It's because I left my bulbs out all winter and did not plant them like I was supposed to. So last minute, as it started to warm up several weeks ago, I just went ahead and threw them in those cloth pots just to see what would happen, because better that than them going to waste. And they're actually growing. They actually grew and sprouted all the way up. So, you know, I'm sure they'll do much better last year because they'll have a full winter cold stratification. This potato is from 2 years ago when we first had our first spring. And it comes back every year. But I never get to harvest it. And then there's some onions in here. I never get to harvest that freaking potato for the past 2 years because I used to keep it on the deck, and Indy would eat it every time it would start to grow. So now it's in here with everything else, protected from the creatures. I had this opened a little bit because it was getting really hot in there. It says 80 degrees now, so that's good. I'm gonna open it all the way up just to show you all the progress. Okay, really quickly, this recao is really suffering from when it gets too hot, so I've got to figure something out. But I've got one little ground cherry coming up. I don't even know if you can see it. It's right here. A little ground cherry. And then I've got cucumbers coming up there. All the tomatoes are starting to sprout. Watermelons are coming up. And these are all marigolds coming up. Oh, and this is nasturtium. Look at that. So cool. And these are the peppers. We just switch them out every day and let them have a little bit of shade while the others get sun up top. And then these are dahlias and plumes, some of my cut flowers. Nothing from the calendula still. Let me get inside because we have people coming that are gonna help us clear out that, oh, I don't think you can see it, that old barn that's going to turn into our new chicken coop when we have a lot of hens. Driving over there to help us clear it, cut down limbs, cut down trees that are in the way for what's gonna be our new chicken coop, and I'm so excited. More updates on that soon. I need to show you all this bed because it is bringing me so much joy. This is just all, like, no planning, just willy-nilly, and it's just happening, okay? Okay, remember last time you saw this lettuce, it was smaller. Or maybe it was around this size, I can't remember, but I harvested this maybe 4 days ago. I harvested it all to small little pieces, and now it's all back with just a few days. Okay, so my radishes, I thinned them out, as you can see. They're all getting their true leaves now, coming up. If anything, they might still be too close together. They're about 2 inches apart. So I don't know, I'm gonna research it and maybe I'll take more out. And I couldn't get rid of my seedlings. I don't know how people get rid of seedlings. I've seen many channels where you thin them out and then you just have this big pile and you give them to your chickens or you put them in the compost. But that's so many plants and I want them to grow. So I impulsively put a ton of radishes from the pull-up in this bed. Come here, Queen. What are you doing? Do you have dirt in your mouth? Those are ink. Don't touch. Don't touch. These are ink cap mushrooms. Yeah, they're so cool, huh? Come with me. Nice job. All right, so back to what I was saying, y'all. So yeah, this bed over here has all of the radishes that could have been thrown away. Most of those radishes I think will survive, and we'll be able to harvest them within just a few weeks. Radishes usually are like 4 to 6 weeks from sprout to eating. So that's the reason why I felt confident putting them in that bed, because they'll grow, we'll eat them in time for us to be transplanting some other babies into these beds. The radishes that I didn't put in this random bed, I just spaced out over here around the lettuce, because that was a blank spot anyway. These are my red ones. This is a weed. Red ones. And then these are the long pink and white ones, and some more pink and white, but these are short and fat pink and white ones. This is an update on the beets. Cylindra beets are all coming up now, and golden beets are also coming up. You can see how golden beets are yellow and the red beets are red. Already claiming their existence. So I'm gonna have to definitely separate these golden beets when the time comes. What's up, Rumi? You got something to say? Rumi, what's up? So last but not least, the carrots are up and at 'em. They're already getting little true leaves. Look at that. Ah! So these are black carrots on this side, orange carrots on that side. Oh yeah, we're actually doing it. Look at all that food. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Before you leave, don't forget to hit that little thumbs up before you leave. We enjoyed having you. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Peace.